Stress, anxiety, and depression can come to any one of us today. And when they arrive, they take away your happiness, they affect your health, and they take away the joy from your life and your relationships. So stay with me today because I'm going to show you a proven 3-minute technique that will take care of all the stress, anxiety, and depression that life may throw at you. The world has changed. Once COVID arrived, everything became different. And today, we are living in a 3D world. The 3Ds are number one, disruption. Because look around you and you will see that all the systems of life have been disrupted and you have been affected by it no matter where in the world you are. The second D is destruction. Again, systems of life, systems of business, systems which have been in place for 100 years have gone extinct. Destruction is happening all around us every day. Even companies have gone extinct. Jobs have become redundant and we are affected by it. And then the third D is distraction. Because we are connected 24/7, 365 days of the year, there's this constant distraction coming at us and we lose our focus and we lose our ability to create things and achieve. Now, what does this lead to? Well, if we don't know how to manage this 3D syndrome, it's going to affect us in a very negative way because it creates three different elements. The first element is stress. Stress because your mind is challenged, your emotions are challenged by what is happening around you. You feel overwhelmed, you don't know how to handle it. The second element is anxiety. Because we are in this place of constant uncertainty, we are always thinking about what may come next, what may go wrong, how will I handle it, what tomorrow will bring. Stress and anxiety, when unmanaged, will lead to something very deadly called depression. Today, psychologists around the world, experts around the world are telling us that mental health challenges have risen by more than 35%. In fact, mental health has become a tsunami that is hitting populations everywhere. So stress, anxiety, and depression are the result of an unmanaged 3D syndrome. When we cannot manage what the world is throwing upon us, we are going to become victims of stress, anxiety, and depression. And what will happen is that it will take away all the joy and the celebration and the happiness from our lives, from our relationships. In fact, it will even affect our performance and bring our performance down to less than what we can be. We begin to live a life that is not the best life that we can have. Everything in our life is impacted negatively when we cannot handle the stress, anxiety, and depression. An interesting point to note is that when you put these three elements together, stress, anxiety, and depression, you get the acronym SAD, S-A-D, the word SAD. And this is the reason why psychologists around the world are saying that we are living in a sad era, an age of stress, anxiety, and depression. Stay with me because I'm going to give you a proven technique that takes just 3 minutes to practice and it will take care of all your stress, anxiety, and depression. My name is Vikas Malkani and I teach mindfulness and meditation to people around the world. I'm going to share with you a technique that has been proven for 20 plus years to take care of all the stress, anxiety, and depression that can come into your life. Let's understand what happens when you live your life on a daily basis. You wake up in the morning and automatically stimulus is coming upon you. That stimulus can be through your mobile phone, it can be through your computers, your emails, your work, your relationships, your family, your business, the life that surrounds you. It can be the news you hear or it can be a phone call you get from a close friend. Stimulus is coming upon you. And in this world that we live in, the 3D world, the stimulus also will include a lot of negative stimulus, things we don't want to hear, things we don't want to encounter or experience, and yet they arrive in our life. And when they arrive in our life, now it affects our mindset. When our mindset is affected, everything in our life is affected. Let me show you a very powerful model. This is what I call the human blueprint, the human trinity model. This is a model in 3 different steps, and it shows you how you function, how every human being functions. The first element here is your own mindset. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that happens is you start thinking. It's what starts your day. It's what starts everyone's day, me included. We get up in the morning, we wake up in the morning, and our thoughts begin to function. And these thoughts are like waves in the ocean. One follows another. They are like the wind. You cannot see it, you cannot grasp it, and yet it's happening all the time. Now, when these thoughts, which are happening in our mind, become negative thoughts, and we can't see that, we can't grasp that, then it leads to something even deeper. And now we come to the second level of the human blueprint. The second level is that the thoughts that we have become our emotions. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning and you start thinking negative thoughts. Perhaps because you read a negative email. Perhaps you had some negative stimulus or news coming to you. Perhaps somebody in your own home said something negative or critical to you. And now you start having negative thoughts and you can't even catch it. Pretty soon, you're going to start feeling negative. So thoughts lead to emotions and feelings. Now we are coming to the level of the heart here, emotional space. You start to feel low. You start to feel negative. You start to feel a little bit depressed yourself, maybe just a little degree, but down, not up. This is the second level of our human blueprint. We now are in a state of feeling, and these feelings are what we carry with ourselves wherever we go. If we don't know how to manage our feeling, it goes to a third deeper level. And the third level of this human blueprint, the human trinity model, is that your feelings now begin to drive your actions and your behavior. So because I'm feeling negative, because I'm feeling a little bit low myself, my speech demonstrates that. My actions reflect that. My energy level goes down. Those are the 3 levels of your functioning, of your blueprint that happen every day. Thinking leads to feeling, leads to behavior. So imagine if you start your day with negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts are happening because you were triggered by some stimulus. And there is a very ancient mechanism which is built into our DNA. It's called the FFF response. The FFF response stands for the fight, flight, or freeze response. It's been with us since we were cavemen and cavewomen. You can't even control it because it's part of our entire being, our entire system. So when negative stimulus comes to us, we take it like a threat. And when that threat comes to us, I automatically kick into the fight, flight, or freeze response. So either I want to fight with that, I want to argue, for example, or I want to run away, I want to leave the room, I want to quit this life. Or I just freeze like a rabbit in the headlights. I don't even know what to do or how to respond to this. And all of these 3 different responses, the fight, flight, or freeze responses, will now move down to the emotional state and down to the physical behavioral state. And therefore it will impact every aspect of my life. Another key element to be aware of before I give you the technique, because the technique's coming up. It's a 3-minute proven technique that will take care of all your stress, anxiety, and depression if you just do it every day, 3 minutes a day. Now, isn't that great? So wait for it. But before that, I need to inform you of another very important scientific fact that is affecting you. So if you can't control the stress, anxiety, and depression, the FFF response that you are now experiencing, then another thing is happening on the invisible level. And this is purely scientific and medical. You see, when you are having those negative thoughts, the fight, flight, or freeze, when you're being attacked by that negative stimulus, your body is producing chemicals. Because that's what your brain does 24/7. One function of the brain is to produce the chemicals that your body needs. And when you're in the fight, flight, freeze response, then your brain is producing chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol. These chemicals are called stress hormones. So in fact, these chemicals are produced by the body to create more stress inside you so that you can fight, flight, or freeze. And of course, the effect is cumulative. So the longer we produce these chemicals, the angrier we get, the more our immune system is affected, and the more physical dis-ease is created. However, science also knows that if we can shift our mindset, if we can bring our mind to a state of relaxation, to a state of peace, then the chemicals change very quickly. Those chemicals now produced are called endorphins, melatonin, serotonin. These chemicals are happy chemicals. They make you feel good. They make you feel joyful. And in fact, they actually strengthen your immune system. They reverse and slow down the aging process. They help your cells to regenerate. So what we want to do is to get our body to support our mind and our life in a chemical functioning. Because the body is producing chemicals all the time. We want to take it from the negative chemicals, the stress hormones, to the happy chemicals, the joyful chemicals, which will make me feel happy and also strengthen my immune system. Remember that being happy is also going to help you being healthy. Happiness and health are two ends of the same string. Whichever one you pull, the other one comes along. You get healthy, you start feeling happier. You get happier, you start feeling healthier. This is scientific and medical. So let's use it to our advantage. Let's get the mind and the body working together to create a life of happiness and joy. And here is how we do it. The proven 3-minute technique is called 10 to thrive. 10 to thrive. Okay? Now here's what you're going to do. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to just open your eyes, and the first thing, even before you get out of bed, is that you're going to put up both your palms facing outwards, like this. And notice that you have 10 digits. 10 digits. You're going to face the palm outwards, and facing it outwards is significant of the fact that you're facing the world of stimulus. But the palms facing outward is also saying the power lies outside you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the palms facing inward, so that I'm looking at my own palms, signifying that I have reclaimed my power over my life, over my joy and my happiness, over my day. So I turn it back to me. I still have 10 digits looking at me. Now I'm going to close my eyes. And as I close my eyes, I'm going to think of one thing in my life that I'm happy and blessed to have. One thing that I feel fortunate to have in my life today. It could be anything. It could be physical or non-physical. It could be an object. It could be a person. It could be a quality. It can be anything in my life that I'm happy to have today. As simple as I'm happy that I have a bed to sleep on, because remember, I've just woken up. So here's what I do. My palms are still open, the 10 digits are extended, and I'm now focusing on what I have in my life that I'm happy for. So one thing, let's say, is that I'm very happy I had a good sleep on a good bed. So I close my eyes and I visualize that. I visualize me sleeping on my bed. And as I visualize it, I see it, I now bring it to a state of feeling. I feel grateful to have had this great sleep. And when I feel that gratefulness, now I bring it to the third stage. I want to speak it. I want to speak it starting with the words, I am blessed to have a good sleep. So watch again. 10 digits extended, palms facing inwards. Close your eyes and visualize one thing that you're happy to have in your life. Let's say it's your sleeping. So I visualize me sleeping on my bed and waking up in the morning nice and relaxed. I bring it to a state of feeling grateful, feeling joyful to have this. And now I speak to myself. You can do this silently, or if you're alone by yourself in your bedroom, do it aloud, because speaking aloud is even more powerful. You get to hear it yourself. I am blessed to have a great bed to sleep on. And as you say this, now you close one digit. And now you think of a second blessing of your life. For example, it may be your family. So you visualize your family or a person in your family. And as you visualize that, you want to bring it to a state of feeling. You want to visualize, you want to feel, and then you want to speak. 3 steps. So now I visualize, let's say your family you want to visualize. You visualize your wife or your children. Bring it to a state of feeling. And now you're going to speak it. I am blessed to have my wife and kids. You close your second digit. And now the third digit, the third blessing. The idea here is that you're going to count 10 different blessings in your life which you have today, and you do this the first thing in the morning. You know, people have a glass of water when they wake up. Others will get up and exercise or move their body even before they go to the bathroom. Why do we do all this? Because there is science which says that having a glass of water in the morning is actually very good for flushing your system. Getting up and becoming active and moving your body is really good for your metabolism. Well, what I'm teaching you, this technique is proven to be extremely good for your mindset, for your immune system, but also for making your life a happy life. So, the third digit is the third blessing, and each blessing is 3 steps. You think it and visualize it, you're going to feel it, and then you're going to speak it. When you speak it, always with the words, I am blessed. So here we go, my third one. I am blessed to have good health. Down. Fourth one. I am blessed to do the work I do. Whatever it is in your life, because I promise you, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you have a lot of good and positive and blessings in your life. But you just forget it. We all do. We all forget what's good in our life, and we begin to focus on what's not good in our life. And of course, based on the human blueprint that I told you, when you begin to focus on the negative, guess what happens? The feelings become negative and the behavior turns negative. And you cannot have a negative mindset and create a positive life. It's just not going to happen. You cannot have a very, very low mindset and create a life that's a high positive life. It's not going to happen. So we need to manage it first thing in the morning. So once again, I face my palm outwards, I turn them inwards, accepting power over my life. I have 10 digits which are open, and one by one I'm going to close all the digits. Each digit is one blessing of my life. And each blessing is 3 steps. You visualize, you bring it to a state of emotion, you're going to speak it. Verbally is better. If not, then of course silently is also good. And like this, I'm going to close one entire fist of blessings, and then my second fist of blessings. I have now got 10 blessings which I've counted, and I have got 2 fistfuls of blessings in my life. And I make sure I remember this first thing in the morning. Now, to conclude this technique, once I have these 2 fists, by the way, when you have a fist, you know what? It already puts you into a place of power. Because when you make a fist like that and you're holding what you love and you treasure, you feel great about yourself. You already feel in a powerful place. So you're already accepting and embracing your power. And now to close our technique, you're going to bring both of these fists to your heart and open your palms as if you're putting the blessings into your heart, your emotional space, your center. You bring your palms to your heart, and as you do, visualize as if those blessings are coming into you and are staying with you for the whole day, for your whole life. And then 3 times you want to affirm, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. And there we go. You have successfully finished your 10 to Thrive technique. It takes about 3 minutes to do once you have practiced it. Remember, there is no rush. All you need to do is to count 10 blessings, and if it extends over 3 minutes, that's good too. The idea here is not to be focused on time. The idea here is to be focused on the connection with your blessings. Now, if you do this successfully, I promise you, you will feel much stronger, you will feel much more positive, and you will feel ready to handle your life no matter what life brings, because you are full of blessings. And silently, you know what your body has done? Just in those 3 minutes, your body has started to produce chemicals that are going to keep you healthy, that are going to strengthen your immune system, and that are going to make you walk, live, talk, meet people, and experience your whole life with a positive mindset. So tend to thrive is the power you hold in your hands to really create a life of happiness and celebration and joy, no matter if there is disruption, destruction, and distraction around you. This is power in your hands. Use it. You have one life. You should live it happily. I hope you have found what I shared with you beneficial. It's very, very important to maximize this life that we are living, and wisdom, mindfulness, meditation is the way to do it. If you've enjoyed what I've shared now, please connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. My links are below. And also, I urge you to learn more. I offer many different programs. Please check out the links below. I advise you to start with the Beginner's Meditation program and then go forward from there. And finally, if you haven't yet subscribed to the Ideas and Inspiration channel, make sure you do that so that you can get notified for the next video that's launched. You have one life. Make sure it's a happy and healthy one. Thank you.